guys? This is Titanfall, probably the game I've been most surprised by so far. If you've seen my prior videos, you know that I just recently got an Xbox One. I've been playing Halo, but you know, I've also been playing Titanfall. Titanfall was actually the first game I played on the Xbox One. And I gotta say, I have been thoroughly blown away every time I played it. You know, before, when it first came out, I checked it out. You know, there was some press on it. You had a couple trailers. It looked like a cool game, but the problem is it didn't look like it would stand out. But after sitting down and actually playing it, I can tell you it's probably the most fun I've had with a multiplayer shooter since Call of Duty 4. I will go out on a limb and say this is the best multiplayer I've played since Call of Duty 4, as far as first-person shooter goes. Now, if you're asking me what my favorite multiplayer is of all time, currently that would be The Last of Us, but that's another video for another day. As far as FPS multiplayer goes, this is up there with Call of Duty 4, and for what it was at the time, Halo 3. I think that it doesn't necessarily revolutionize anything, but it just works. It's very balanced, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and there's very little, like, no matter what your playstyle is, there's very little not to appreciate. If you're like a running gunner, you can have an assault rifle and, you know, be headstrong on the front lines. If you're more of a laid-back assassin type, they have this smart pistol where you have to take a couple seconds to actually lock onto your enemy, but then they're insta-kills, you know, but it is just a pistol. It doesn't have that much ammo. You can only lock onto a couple targets at once. So that's what I've been using, that little smart pistol. I love that thing. That thing is amazing. But, you know, there's so many different play styles, and then you get into the actual Titans, and those things are just so much fun because you're such a beast in them. It's so powerful to be able to jump into one of those things and just tear shit up like there is no tomorrow. I have so much fun with that. And the loadouts actually extend to the Titans as well. They have like one with like a chain machine gun, good for taking out like infantry units, but then they have one with like a missile launcher that's going to pit you really good against enemy Titans and things of that nature. So, you know, I think the balancing of this game is just damn near perfect. Even skill level wise, you know, you don't always feel like if you're playing against people better than you that you don't stand a chance, you know, but you do also have to function as a team. It's a very interesting crisscross concept where you have to watch your own ass, but you're also part of a team. You can run off and do your own thing, or you can fight with the rest of your team on the front lines. It's a very interesting, intriguing. They've created a very intriguing style of gameplay here. It's not something you would see, or not even something I can imagine working in like a Call of Duty environment. It's one of the most fast-paced games I've ever played, but that does nothing but benefit it. This would not work with a slower, like a deliberate, more deliberately paced environment like your Battlefields or your Medal of Honors. It just wouldn't work. You have to have this fast-paced environment, and because it's so fast-paced, it actually makes it even more fun. So Titanfall has blown me away. It's absolutely blown me away so far, and while it's an online-only game, I think that actually benefits it rather than hinders it. It's not online-only, but there is a campaign, but it's basically just, it's like Brink. If you ever played Brink, the campaigns are the multiplayer maps with cutscenes stringing them together. The multiplayer is the focus, and I think they were very clear about that. They were very honest about that. But what they're doing right, I can't speak for what the game was like at launch, but right now, I mean, the first thing I saw when I booted that thing up, oh, you get the season pass for free, you get all the DLC for free. I was like, wow, that's a nice gesture, and I honestly wish more like publishers and developers would do that, because for a game, Titanfall was only a year old when they did it, but for going back to a game that's like 2 or 3 years old now, to ask $15 for a Mac pack, you're not going to make much of a profit off of that. So I would wholeheartedly suggest that developers and publishers follow suit, and, you know, after a year, just give the DLC away for free. Is there really a point to keep charging for it? I think that it was extremely generous on the developer and publisher's part, and I appreciate it, and I played on a couple of maps and they're actually pretty damn good. But back to Titanfall and the game itself, I mean, it's just so much fun. You have to play it for yourself. If you don't have an Xbox One, it is available on PC, although I think this type of game works a lot better with a controller. You know, it's just so much fun to be able to sit back and play a game like this. It's refreshing is what it is. It's different than what's on the market right now, but not so different that you're going to be alienated. It's not overwhelming. They have a very, very easy to follow tutorial at the start as to how the wall running and the mechs work. It's very intuitive, and I just recommend this game to any first-person shooter fan looking for something a little bit different. It really, I don't even think it got the recognition it deserved. This game is amazing, and so far it's probably the best Xbox One game I've actually played. I'm really looking forward to the sequel, but I've barely touched the original yet. Can't wait to just put hours into this one. It's going to be amazing. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I'm going to leave the gameplay here for you guys to sit back and watch. So check it out. Take a look at the gameplay. If you're on the fence, I wholeheartedly suggest this game. It kicks ass. I love it. If you're on the fence, just check out this gameplay. See if it looks like it's something that would be appealing to you. I do recommend it. It's got my stamp of approval. As for future videos, I should have a Dying Light video coming, and there might be some more Halo in the future. I haven't decided yet, but Titanfall, for what it's worth, best Xbox One game I played so far. Alright, thank you guys. You have fun.
Don't let your guard down.
Enemy pilots are attacking you. Threats attacking. Warning, a hostile pilot is attached to the hull. Recommend you disembark and remove the threat manually. Eject override.
All units, we're steadily increasing our lead over these militia terrorists.
Be advised, your replacement Titan will be ready in 60 seconds.
Going to hold a grudge, eh?
Command authenticated. Stand by for Titanfall.
Transferring control to pilot.
All units. It's been a close battle. We've got a slight lead on the enemy. Keep it together and we'll win this one.